I had somebody run up on me and is like, yo, you know, because I've been DJing for almost 6 years. I'm like, 6 years, you say?
Cool, man.
6 years, you say? I'm not trying to. I'll keep it real, guy. If anybody listen, yes, I am dismissive of some of your foolishness.
Yeah,
but it's because I've been doing this since the 90s.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna play some audio, gentlemen, from the GOAT, one of the GOATs, DJ Jazzy Jeff, and I'm kind of jump in and see what y'all think about his comments on DJing, push button DJing.
The end of DJing. I just said earlier that technology doesn't have shit to do with DJing. Like, I don't understand this whole thing that people are mad at the sync button. Don't use it if you don't want to use it. But if you want to use it, use it. You know what I have a problem with? I don't mean to get on my soapbox. I think people start realizing that the reason why you DJ is for them people out there to have a good time. They don't give a about a sync button. Stop worrying about that the people that you're supposed to be DJing for don't worry about. They don't worry about what kind of equipment you use. Being real, you got 10,000 people at a festival. 700 of them see you. They don't know what you're using or not using. Like, I'm tired of people complaining about the wrong shit. Play good music and stop worrying about a sync button.
I feel like I've heard that before.
I hadn't seen this one. Yeah, I hadn't seen this one. And my question was going to be, how do you think purists, people that are anti, I don't know if you want to call it evolution or anti, you know, because things evolve and stuff gets easier. We talk about that as producers.
So they're religious is what you're saying.
Yeah, perhaps.
I mean, you literally just answered it, though, when you said purist.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about a purist, they want it to be a certain way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have to evolve in this game, essentially. And you have to use it the best way that you know how to use it. And if you don't know how to use it, then people are using crutches. Now, I understand some people's qualms about syncing and things of that nature because it's literally locking the mix for you.
Mm-hmm.
But those that use sync, you have to know how to use that sync right because it'll lose it too.
Yeah, well.
You know what I'm saying? So if you get out there and you think you about to just do a whole sync set and not actually pay attention to what's going on, you're going to crash and burn.
You can still get exposed.
You would definitely get exposed because technology can only get you so far. You still have to know how to use it and you still have to have a musical ear in order to put together a set that people are going to like and enjoy. But I mean, I understand when people don't like certain forms of the technology, especially when it comes to the art of DJing. I feel like after you learn how to use turntables, you can do whatever you want to do. That's me personally. If you don't know how to spin on wax, like if you show up to a set and you can't DJ because they have 2 turntables, then you don't know how to DJ. I mean, because you have to start at the foundation and then explore your other options. That's how I personally feel about it. But once you learn how to do that, the world is yours, man. Do whatever you want to do.
Look, man, let me tell you something. I remember when Serato hit, and a lot of people thought Serato was cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, just because it's like, wait a minute, you know, because, thinking about if you had invested 10, 15, 20 years into this incredible vinyl collection, and then somebody comes along and is like, well, you just put all the files on your computer.
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't have to carry any crates. I mean, like, that was detrimental to the Astrovan. And, because you
took away somebody's job, too, because a lot of DJs had an up-and-coming DJ
carrying
crates for them.
That's a problem because we don't have anybody. There's no youngins carrying crates. They just go out here, get whatever program they get and download the songs from the play. They look at the playlist of the town they live in. And you could tell. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there are people who will play on certain nights. I know this sounds like some real stuck up type stuff, but you can't play on Friday and Saturday at my spot because I know you've never touched any vinyl. You didn't learn on vinyl. I can tell by the way you play. You like, people think they're doing something. I was like, this is how a lot of DJs who are just Serato hood DJs, they expose themselves. They think they're doing something when they play Make It Last Forever.
Great song, by the way.
It's a great record, but I'm like, that's probably the only Keith Sweat song you got because you think, okay, yeah, I'm a show them something here. I'm putting some keys. No,
I don't even know that record.
Yes, you do.
You know it.
Yeah, you do. We wouldn't even. I'm not going. He knows that.
But I will say this, man. Like, I remember when there was the whole thing with Serato and getting up here with the vinyl, and the girls in the crowd, they just want to hear their songs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what stood out to me.
They don't care.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you just got to make them sound good. You got to put it together the right way and make sure that you move the crowd. Because a lot of you, even if you have the traditional tools, you sitting with 2 turntables, you got techniques, you got old Vestax and and all the vinyl, but you're still not moving the crowd.
Yeah, still don't know how to use it.
And some now,
because he alluded to knowing what to play. At the end of the day, you still have to know
music.
That's
how to play, what to play.
That's the thing is a lot of people, they think, okay, I want to DJ. I was like, can you really hold this down for 4 to 5 hours?
Man.
Yeah.
So can I bring up another from the person that works at a DJ school?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely do.
Now, granted, I don't teach DJing, but I'm around DJs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's some students in the chat literally right now that have went through the whole program that are. Shouts to Alex on the cut, is super dope on the cuts.
That's what's up.
𝐀𝐿𝐿 in here. He's been through the program as well. Why do I think it comes down to like. I'm very much educational when it comes to this stuff, so I don't necessarily want to like clown on somebody who doesn't, who wants to use the sync button and what it's different strokes for different folks. But I think the bigger point about the sync button and using vinyl and all this stuff is just how much better of a DJ you're going to be if you don't have to use that as a crutch. So why do we learn how to scratch? We teach scratching at the school, not so that you can be the best scratch DJ in the world. It's so that you know how to get in and out of records in different ways. So if you know how to get in and out by doing this type of baby scratch, or you can do this thing over here, or you can cut in and out of records, then you can flip it and you can do some more advanced things to get in and out of records, and you can be a better DJ, and people will be like, oh, what is that person doing on top of playing the records?
Right.
I think what Jeff is kind of getting at, though, is just people. It just seems like a very much like the purist.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely the purist.
That's what that comment is towards.
Other DJs listen to other DJs and look and see what they do and don't like certain things. Mm-hmm. To his point, people in the audience are not paying attention to that. Yeah. I mean, I've seen people.
Some people
get up
are.
Some people are. But it's less of the majority than
very small portion
aren't paying attention. Yeah. I've seen people get up and scratch their ass off. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people ain't paying attention, but the people who are actually into that part of the culture.
Right.
Some people might be annoyed that you're doing that.
I get annoyed by DJs that go extra off on that on like a party night.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need you to get up there and show me all your skills. I just want you to get in and out of good records. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day.
That's what it really matters. But I do think like the skill of being able to DJ without the sync button, being able to DJ with platters that are moving, as opposed to platters that are standing still is a big difference.
It is.
And if you can't do one, but you can do the other one, you're going to cool. You did good at one party, but then you get invited to a bigger party, but then you can't do anything with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like learning. Yeah. It's important. It's just like with everything. You got to learn it.
Well, I think the key is, my bad.
No, you're good.
I think one of the keys is actually knowing how to use all the equipment that can be presented to you, because you can show up somewhere, you're not nationally known, so you can't have a rider and say, I expect this mixer to be there, I expect these turntables to be there. You might show up to another state, another city, you didn't bring your gear. You got to use this gear that's presented to you. So at the end of the day, you have to know how to use this equipment, and that has nothing to do with the sync button, but you have to be able to expand your palette, know how to do other things, and it starts with turntables, in my personal opinion.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Even if you just want to blend, it starts with being able to, the turntablism aspect and learning how to do basic scratching and stuff like that.
I think all three of you all have a unique perspective, because you are around just the concept and the craft of DJing more than I am. You being in the school, obviously Terry being a dope DJ, Jay Moore being in the club. So that's why I wanted to hear what, especially what Terry wanted to say, and all of you, but especially him, because I know how he gets down on the tables. But the main theme is you still have to know and have a vibe and a sense of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't bypass that part. Like, what's the theme for, what's the academics? It's not the mission
statement. You can't download practice.
That's what I'm looking for. That's real. Like you still have to put the effort in and you know, hone your skills and your craft. You can't bypass that no matter what buttons you put in. Terry's saying that you can still get exposed without the sync button. I wouldn't have known that. You know what I'm saying? So I got put on game.
Exposed with the sync button.
I'm sorry. Exposed with the sync button. I wouldn't have known that because to a novice, it's like, well, I'm just going to hit the sync button and I'm straight.
Don't work like that.
You know, and you put me on game with something with that comment.
I will say, if you're out in the club trying to use virtual DJ, that's whack. Do not be in the club trying to use
What is virtual DJ?
It's a free program.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but for you to... Look, I had this issue with somebody. Like they were trying to use some program that was not Serato. At this point, Serato is the industry standard.
So you get worried if you don't see Serato?
If you're going to play in a professional setting, you better have your Serato updated. You better know like what we had at one point. We had like the rain situation, you know, up to date with. But we realized, and those are moving players. There's some DJs that just don't know how to use that. Yeah. So Terry's played before in my spot. You know, we have it's a Pioneer. We have a nice setup. But to me, that is the minimum basic standard for what you should be able to play on. Exactly. If you want to play in a professional setting. And, you know, I've had people come in and they're like, they bring their little Fisher Price joints in and like, because the difference in a lot of these things are the sound cards.
Yep.
Like,
absolutely. I learned that at Trees.
This is the thing. Like, because, you know, shout out to my man DJ Lockstar, he'll bring in, because he gets the newest of the new.
He got always. He gets stuff early. Yeah. Early.
And so he'll plug it out, you know, because when we're playing music in the background, I'll have the little playlist going and we'll plug in from what we have in the booth already to his, and it sounds like a whole new world. Just because the sound cards are so much different. You know, but so when you come in with the Fisher Price joints and you plan to play off a virtual DJ or whatever it is, or, you know, my first DJ controller.
This is real,
like,
man.
This is real. You know, and I'm like, yo, you didn't care enough to at least Serato is free.
Man.
Yo, you really
don't have to pay. The virtual DJ be trying to charge you to do just for output.
You really hurt my feelings right now, bro. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you.
Oh no, and I'm not done. I'm gonna let some of these little toy DJs know what time it is.
Why this is on my mind too? Why this is on my mind? You really hurt my feelings because you low key just described me at Trees. Because I had my little Newmark joint out there.
You were out there playing beats.
I was playing beats, but
it's a little different.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter because I'm gonna tell you why.
It's a little different.
It doesn't matter.
When I was out there, he talked about the sound card. And I was
You heard how mine slapped in comparison to what his did, right?
Yeah, because you did have to keep tweaking yours.
Metronome was in the background on his iPad doing this, right? Yeah. Because the sound card was trash.
Yep.
And I learned at that moment, and I had Serato Lite. Yes, I downloaded Serato Lite. That's
Serato, what is that?
I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, Serato,
It just ain't the full version where you got to pay all the money.
It doesn't have stems and all that.
You don't
other
have to pay money for Serato. It comes with the equipment.
I don't know. I don't have the equipment though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still on the Fisher Price joint. So I learned a lot about that in sound cards at Tree. So he's preaching. You were definitely describing me, brother. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, and also this is something else I'm gonna give you. If y'all playing a lot of sound effect, if you playing like that and the glass breaking, and you're playing the like Young Fentanyl got you in the mix. Stop that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Lean on me,
because you know what? All that does is like, oh, he's trying to cover up some suspect mixing.
But again, the people don't. A lot of people don't care about that aspect, though.
Yeah, because you got to remember, Little Pistol Starter might have 100 people in there. You know what I'm saying? So you in the mix with Young Pistol Starter.
Which it goes to Jeff's point. I mean, we're having a very much like specific conversation of like how you can get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How you can go from, you know, I agree with everything that you're saying, Jay. But at the same time, to Jeff's point, most people really don't care.
They don't.
You sound like a purist, Jay Moore.
You know what? Maybe
you sound like a purist.
I came up.
At the end of the day, I think a lot of us on this show are kind of purists in a sense.
I'm not saying, I'm not, but I'm just saying.
But I came up around. I understand. I came up around DJ Cut in St. Louis and DJ,
Trackstar
and Chaos, and DJ Rec One, BJ the DJ. Then when I got here, I met DJ JF, and I met DJ King. You know what I'm saying? I met DJs who
DJ World,
and then of course somebody Top Speed, who I've been around basically the whole time I've been here.
Metronome.
So DJ Lockstar, these are people who've been in the game since the 80s, some of them.
Yeah.
And so when you show up and you took so little care into trying to play music in front of people that you couldn't even download the newest version of Serato, and then you in here playing all these loud sound effects over your bad mixing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna talk about it.
Hey man, you gonna stop talking about me, man, and trees, bro. Real talk, man.
It's really the only thing that really burns me up and hurts my soul is virtual DJ. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I need to go
There's
see what
something
this
about
is
that
now.
virtual DJ mess, and I've seen people post mixes
All that freeware
online with like pretty much screen recording the virtual DJ mess. I'm like, are y'all serious? And you call yourself a DJ?
Yeah.
Like that is so whack to me.
I used to make virtual DJ mixes back in the day.
Yeah, I remember buying a little.
This is before this is like years ago. I'm talking like 15 years ago.
You know better now.
Oh, it's.
you know
I remember I had a little.
I've DJ'd a wedding with virtual DJ before.
Wow.
You DJ'd a wedding? Where was that?
Not here.
Oh,
Yeah.
You,
Felt like
you
I
just
would've
go to
known
every gig that Lone has or had. Huh?
it'd be your own people.
I'm just
man.
saying.
I did it as a favor to somebody. You know, I was like, yeah.
I feel like I would've
they're
heard
can
that
you
story.
They're like, can you It was one of those conversations to where like sometimes people don't know the difference between a music producer and a DJ.
Right.
True.
And she was like, hey, can you DJ this? And I'm like, I got the stuff to do it, I guess, if you need it in a pinch, you know? So I did it. And I was just like, this is weird, man.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got mad. There was a tournament,
I have Serato now, though.
Yeah.
the full one.
He said he got Serato Light.
I was like, I didn't know that was a
Like
thing.
Diet Serato.
I shouldn't have said that in front of him. I shouldn't have said that
he
in
got
front of him.
Diet Serato.
I shouldn't have said that in front of him.
My first.
It's a real thing, though, man. Come on, man. Anyway,
But you're going to say something?
no, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, to Jeff's point, I still agree with Jeff.
Yeah.
I just think that we just took it a step further. Like, if you're going to, I think you need to, I would just approach it, you know, like, sure, if you're using the sync button and your blends are dope, and you're doing well, then that's great. You know, I'm guessing that if you're doing well at it, you're probably going to continue to get better.
Yeah.
But what we're kind of talking about, I think, is a different type of crutch and a different type of invasion of people that just want to DJ because they think it's the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of
They
that.
download 200 songs, get their Fisher Price DJ, and think, "Hey, why am I not DJing at the biggest club downtown?"
And all of a sudden you got booking information.
yeah, exactly.
Come on, man. That annoys me to no end.
I love what Terry.
Man, when somebody like you started DJing, all of a sudden you started DJing like a month ago, and you already got booking information talking about you want to get booked in all these cities. Come on, man.
You could barely DJ
When
in your
people-
basement. and
listen,
you want booking in.
When
no.
people have literally put in work to get to where they're at,
Talk
you
to
think
them.
you're gonna bypass all that by making flashy little promo things and what you still no.
You want to
It
book?
doesn't work that way.
You want to book DJ
It kinda
Funky
does,
Fresh?
though.
It does,
It does, but it
they'll
doesn't.
get booked. They'll get booked.
I don't know.
Look, I had somebody.
DJ Funky Fresh will get booked.
They may
Look,
not get booked the second time.
I had somebody
They'll get
run up
booked.
on me and is like, "Yo, you know, because I've been DJing for almost 6 years." I'm like, 6 years, you say?
Cool, man.
6 years, you say.
I'm not trying to. I'll keep it real, guy. If anybody listen, yes, I am dismissive of some of your foolishness.
Yeah.
But it's because I've been doing this since the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, I've been,
Yeah.
you know, between
hard-
radio, commercial, college, rocking little part. Like I know what it is to have to rock for 15 people and still give them the same show I give them for 1,500.
Straight up.
We've had.
Hey, Jeezy.
what's
What
up?
he said they only charging 50, so they getting they pretty much are undercutting the good DJs.
Yeah, and you
by
get what
charging.
you pay for.
And if
Yes, you
I'm
do.
not a DJ, but if I was to take just a wild guess, that would destroy the DJ ecosystem. With,
Well, that's
with
what's
Goofies
been
being out
that's
here
what's
getting
been going
$50.
on a whole lot.
Okay.
Like I've missed out on gigs because somebody undercut me, but I mean it is what it is.
I mean, why would I? They looking at it like, why would I pay DJ Jay Diff and get a real experience when I can get DJ Orange Ball for like $100? You know what
Some
I'm
people
saying?
just don't. Some people don't care. You know.
They don't realize
True.
the importance of it until that person shows up and is DJing their party.
So let me ask-
They don't have any speakers. Being a DJ is a public service job. And if you up there just doing you and your super skills, man, the people
Why I don't DJ?
and the people and
Literally.
I believe you, Lone.
You can't
I
be,
believe
you can't be in your head to like, yeah, I'm gonna show them something. And it's like, no, they want to hear the songs they like.
They want to hear those.
Yeah. I don't care
You have
about
to
it.
understand where you are. Now, the thing is, that's what makes, when we've talked about what makes Coach's Tavern and Take That Tuesday so special, is people come in there and they understand what time it is.
That's why
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
true.
only place I've ever DJ'd.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to come in there and they're like, hey, can you play said song on the radio that comes on every 45 minutes? We will tell you no. And it was like, well, me and my friends are about to leave. And we'll be like,
Bye.
have a good evening.
But it's her birthday.
They'll be
Bye,
like,
happy
why-
birthday.
What did 50 say?
Oh man,
We don't give a F about
About
that
your birthday. We really don't.
I felt so bad when I made that mistake. Oh my god.
Yeah, he learned.
You
live
learn.
and you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you live and you learn.